Okay, when I talk about masking up your edges, it's the line in between the hood and the fender. So we're going to buff the hood. So what I will do is I will put the masking tape about 6mm doesn't have to look pretty. So what I'm doing, what I've done is I've put masking tape, and as you can see I've gone about 6mm onto the actual hood. That way when I'm buffing, I'm not going to get the buffer stuck in that groove and burn the paint coming through or burn the paint coming off, and you've got your masking tape there to protect it on both sides. You might damage it, but that doesn't matter. Okay. So to start, I'm going to use the wall pad. Now I'm not going to use the buffing compound because it's only oxidised in the paint, but I will use the T-cut as I showed you before. I'll put some on. Keep your buff flat on the panel, and when you're coming to the edges, if you're on a tilt like that, use the tilt so that you're running off. If you try and do it going on, that's when you're going to get stuck in one of these grooves. Smear it on the panel and then turn it on. I've got mine set at about 2.5 on the speed. Okay. Now you might be able to see, I don't know how well this is going to pick up, but now that is just with the buff, and that has picked up a lot better with the shine in comparison to that part of the hood, which is still very dry and oxidised. And then you come over, that is just with the T-cut. So now what I'll do is I use a swirl remover on that. That's now really smooth. I use a swirl remover on that, and then I go with the polish, and we'll see how it comes up. I'll have to change the pads, of course. what I would do is for the swirl remover, I can go either intermediate, which is what I do, or I can go the black. I can use that one, but that's more for a polish, and the waffle pad is also more for a polish, so I use the foam intermediate. Same speed, again, work it onto the panel, and then the idea of that is any swirl marks that are left over in the paint, which are swirl scratches, obviously from the buffing and the cutting compound itself, get removed with the swirl remover. Once I've done that, and I've got that nice high gloss shine to it, then I'll go through with my polish. Change the pad once again. You can just go straight to a waffle pad if you wanted to for the swirl remover. There's nothing to stop you, because essentially it's almost like a polish anyway. And then I change to that for the actual polish. Smear it out. Actually, what I should have done was use that one, because clearly someone has used this beforehand and they've destroyed this pad. and it's full of something. I don't know what, but it's not nice. Sticky. So what I'm going to do, clearly I need a new pad. Idea what they put on this, mate. Probably the young fella using it for something that he shouldn't have been. Wipe that over so that you can at least see the difference. Okay. So that's how this side now looks. Buffed, swirl removed and polished in comparison to that side, which is very dry and oxidized. This side, very, very smooth now, and it's got a nice shine to it. Good reflection. Alright, and the edge that I've masked along here means that I haven't burnt right along that edge. I can then remove the masking tape . And if I want to, just along this edge, you can see where there's a build-up of compound along there. That's when I will come along and I'll just hand polish those edges to get that nice and clean and finished all over. And that's basically it. That's what I mean about taping the edges. so that you don't destroy or cut and burn either part of the panel. And then when you're doing one panel to the other, then I would do it more on the hood and the 6mm coming on top of the guard, or you can come very close to that edge. The idea is that you don't pick up on any grooves and you don't get the buff caught there, and it'll pull in and it'll burn it, and you'll end up with a big burn mark where the pad has burnt the paint. Alright, so that's basically it, Daniel. Pretty easy, mate.